Hello, I am Tony.
And I'm Art.
And we're here from
GardenMastersWithAZ.com.
And today we're going to show you some DIY fall planter ideas. Now, why are we doing that, Art?
Because it's time to change the season. It's time to go from grilling to chilling.
Yes, it
Fall
is.
color.
Yes, it is. And you know, when you think about fall colors, what do you think about? You think about browns, oranges.
Browns?
Well,
let's think happy colors.
Red.
Let's think of red, yellow, orange, you know, all that fall color. And when you see displays, quite often you'll see a straw bale, you'll see corn stalks, you'll see little stick figures that are made out of burlap.
You will. So you know what? We decided that a good idea would be to wrap pots in burlap, or a pot in burlap, because that is definitely a fall color and a fall idea. And you know what? Very interestingly, a few days ago, we were at a client's house and mowing his grass, and lo and behold, he had purchased 2 pots that were wrapped in burlap. Now these
Mums.
That's right, they have mums in them. Look at these photos of the 2 pots. You can see that the one pot has plastic sticking out the top. I'm not sure why or what's underneath, whether they have another pot wrapped in plastic, but it just doesn't look good. And the second pot, look at this. It looks very disheveled and not very good at all. What we're going to show you is going to look much, much better. And they were pre-purchased from I don't know what store, but the store had done that work for him. I'm sure he paid a premium. Today, we're going to do a DIY, same type of thing for you.
Save money.
Yeah, save money and get that fall look for less.
So you are going to change your terracotta pots that you've had out all summer to fall.
But not only that, you can also do it on any kind of summer colored pots like blues and whatever, summer feeling pots. You can change them into a fall feel just by wrapping them in burlap. So why don't you stay tuned and we'll show you that right now. Before we get started, if you like our videos, make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. This, my friends, is our display area, the main focal point of our deck, which is where we have our main display of plants. Now, the plants are around other places, but this is the place that's seen the most all the way around.
And that's because we have our DIY fountain over here.
And if you'd like to know how to create one yourself, we have a video on that, which will pop up, the link will pop up right in the upper corner there.
So anyways, there's a few tropicals left over, and we are going to put them aside and set in our fall pot to live there till no more warmth. Brr. Okay, let's get it out of the way.
Got it, Mr. Muscular? Oh, no skipping allowed.
Oh, it's such a joyful time of the year.
These terracotta pots can be heavy.
So you want to try to plant them close to where they're going to be set for good.
You do.
Okay,
Here we go.
burlap, rope, sisal,
Pouring
soil.
soil. I threw my back out.
Oh no, don't do that, we got... Burlap. We decided to repurpose a burlap bag. Now, this burlap bag was like this and was twice as long. We cut it down the side and then cut it to the measurements we want on the pot.
Now you could probably get burlap in craft stores. We just happen to have a few burlap bags sitting around because we have lots of junk sitting around our property.
Stop it, it's not junk. We're repurposing
I
things.
know.
Oh
I'm
my
so
goodness.
glad we had it.
Thank God you got a junk person that collects stuff for crafts. I tell you. So anyways, we've decided, we put this around and we noticed there was a small gap in this back area. So what we're gonna do is we've cut out a little piece and we're gonna put that piece in first, and we're gonna wrap it up before we put the others, because we do not want the seams to overlap on the outside. So here we go. You can take that, Tony. And
we like the burlap to come out a little over the top edge so it doesn't look so finished and polished.
we're basically just trying to cover up the edge of the pot a little bit.
Yep.
But we kind of want it to look like a sack of potatoes. Okay, so once we get this into place, we are going to
Handy dandy rope. You can get it at any hardware store.
And we're gonna go around a few times.
Just because we like the look.
Well, just so it's, so we have, this is called a double rim clay pot. So that means that there is a groove in the pot. So,
Yeah.
can you see the groove? Anyways, that is going to be our location for the rope, so it doesn't slide down the pot. So, we'll go ahead and tie this off, Tony.
See how it looks in the front. Oh, that looks pretty neat. I think it looks pretty neat. Here. Pull it a little bit. Tie it.
So,
There you have your burlap wrap pot.
So it's gonna be finished off by tucking this under the pot and creating some little bit of pleats. This is actually the seam, but we want kind of a clean look around there. And that's why we cut open the bit. I mean, we didn't have it going from the bottom up.
Kind of reminds me of a bushel basket.
Yeah. So, to me, we have these clay pots out all summer long. Fall, we need a little different look.
Yep.
Now, you can also do this to some of your colored pots. Back up, Tony. And, you know, you can create this tropical looking pot into a bushel basket.
There you go.
The next step will be to determine what is the foundation of the pot, meaning take, Tony, get the deepest pot. This is the deepest pot that's going to go in here.
This is a millet.
And
Find out more about it in our top 10 fall flowers.
so we're going to determine that this is the level. So
Yeah, you want the top of the plant to be a little below the rim of the pot.
So I have determined right now that we need to put 6 inches of soil as a foundation to set these plants in.
Set that plant in.
Yes.
Potting soil.
You know, for a purpose of a fall pot, you don't need to use any super great soil. These plants are going to only be in here for a while. It's not like they're going to grow that much. So I've determined that I need about 6 inches of soil. And I'm going to see if I got 6 inches. So that's a little low. So let's put a little bit more in. And I'm going to put a little extra in because I can always push the center area where the deepest pot is. I can move that soil to the side. because the other plants are smaller. Okay, let's see. What do we got here, Tony? So that's going to be good. You don't always have to have your plants in the center of the pot, your tallest plant, because this one's going to be up against the wall. We're going to need some planting area for our other plants. So I'm going to take this out. Whoa, look at those roots.
Oh my gosh. We call that root bound to the extreme.
But, you know, I normally do this for things that we need to get to grow. But
this is only temporary.
This is temporary, so I'm just roughing up the roots a little bit. So I'm going to actually put this towards, determine what is the nicest looking side of your plant. I'm going to place that in there, and there we have it. Okay, before you get ready to plant your pot, try to design it outside. We had multiple plants. There's more plants than what I have here. I really like this aster, and we were going to stick this in, but that pot's too small to add that. And also, I thought we need to think about size. We have something larger, we have something medium, we have something a little bit larger than that, then we have something small that'll go in the front. So if I would have had that in there, see the difference? Blah.
If you'd like to identify these flowers, go to our video, Top 10 Fall Flowers. You'll see the link pop up in the upper right-hand corner.
Add a little color. I think this will be pretty good, Tony.
I did too.
So have a little pot of soil, because you might have to bring it underneath the plants to raise them. Okay.
Beautiful celosia. I just love those plants.
Keep in mind, the celosia will get hit by frost. So you might want to make sure that you get your pots planted early.
One thing that's important as you're planting pots, all the plants should be up to the rim of the pot, a little below, but not too far below. We have some clients, we were just at a client yesterday. She has the plants planted halfway in the pot. So half of the plant you can't even see because it's below the rim. You don't want that.
Well, also, sometimes people, Tony, will plant their plants. They might get a basket and decide, okay, I want that whole basket in a pot. And they aren't keeping in mind you gotta water the plant. So what's happening is the plant is bulged out, and when you water, the water is just gonna go over the root ball and down the sides of the pots.
That's why they need to be just below the rim, so the water does not flow out onto the patio or wherever your pot is.
The final step is filling in around your root balls of your plants. There's sections, there's airspace. If you don't fill these in, you're gonna end up getting, the root balls of the plants are gonna end up drying out. So I am just gonna feel around and see. I need a little bit over there. Without even getting over there, I can feel it and know I gotta put something in. Okay. Look good, Tony?
Looks good.
So, there you go.
Look at this beauty. Isn't it a beauty? We just need to put it back in place now. We're going to sit some pumpkins and some gourds around this as well to make a beautiful fall display.
Or probably a quarter of the, or a third of the cost if you would have purchased this. Oh, I tell you, we already had the pot, so you can't even go there because the pot costs like 40 bucks. So we are repurposing, and we are probably, let's say, an eighth of the price that you would pay at a garden center to have this done.
Exactly. I think it looks neat.
Repurpose, do it yourself, be creative.
The piece de resistance. The final, I don't know if I pronounced that right. The final piece to the puzzle is placing some pumpkins and some gourds around the pot. Oh, isn't that nice? We have a nice little fall display there, highlighted by this beautiful fall pot and our DIY fountain. Yeah, this side looks a little blah, and you can see the electric box, but you know, that's just the way it is. But we have an idea.
Remember that aster?
The aster.
Oh, tuck it back to the right a little bit, Tony. Yeah, I think that adds a finishing touch.
I do too. A nice fall planter.
Hey, we can't have that label showing. And you know what? That other green gourd that's behind you, Tony. No, back by the hot tub.
Oh, okay.
Go get it.
All right.
Bring it over.
We have a really, look at this gourd.
Ooh, looks like a witch with all her warts. Tony, I think you ought to put it over the right. What do you think? Well, that adds a little something. You know?
And there you have it!
Oh my
We're
God.
so excited for fall. If you like this video, you'll love our free newsletter, Growing Together, where we give you valuable tips for improving your gardens that you won't find anywhere else. Plus, you'll receive a free gift. Just go to gardenmasterswithaz.com/subscribe or follow the link in the description below. Go to our fall gardening playlist for other tips on gardening in the fall, or watch these other popular videos on our channel.